I'm Mandie Ramirez. Last semester, two business students made big news around campus. In a story that we filmed shortly before Christmas break, Will Stafford takes a look at the big news in the business department.
The class is a capstone class called Global Policy and Strategy, and a big chunk of the work that the students have is a simulation. It's a globally based simulation. It is actually crafted by the makers of the textbook for the course, and they give a lot of other support materials as well. The students compete with other teams in the classroom. This time we had 4 teams in this classroom. It's all seniors, graduating seniors. And the students did exceptionally well. In particular, one team, which you'll meet in a moment, they went into the top 100 globally. This competition has thousands of teams in schools around the world competing. So you have University of Technology in Sydney, you have University of Georgia, University of Alabama, University of South Carolina. So we have some really good competition, and yet our students went beyond them in their overall performance.
Okay, your project was, what was the title of your project?
The title was that we were a company in the footwear industry in a simulation, and the company name was Animal Footwear Incorporation.
And where did you get that idea from?
The idea for the name?
Right.
The idea for the name, we were just searching for a name. It had started with the letter A, and animo, that's Latin, and it means that it's a valid, a special footwear for people which are very valid. The experiences, well, we played against we were 4 companies in the industry. Actually, really 3 companies competed in the industry, but it was with more than 3,000 teams worldwide, and the competition was pretty high. Also, the other teams in our industry were pretty strong, but we were in another market segment than the other teams was, which gave us an advantage against them.
Ursula, what are you going to take away from this?
Since this is a special class, it taught me how to bring together all the separate classes that I've taken: marketing, business, management, ethics, and most importantly, working together with my partner on this team project. Each week we have to come together, we have to make decisions, and ultimately we have to present ourselves in front of the class and explain our company. And that's something that I will take with me as part of the experience. And this is better than just like one time read a case analysis in a class. We have to work on it each week throughout the semester.
What was your fondest memory of the whole thing?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Dr. Nathan, she had really a lot of fun with us as a team because we competed that well. She always said if a team gets into the top 100 in the world, that would be a great thing for Lynchburg College, and we reached the #1 position worldwide in 2 years, so that was a pretty big deal.
Pretty much understanding each other. We come from 2 different schools, but we're working together on the same project, and that's something I will take away with. And I enjoy working with my partner here, and it's great working on this type of project. I have to say this is the first time that I've ever done a project on this level.
Dr. Nancy Cowden, Associate Professor of Biology at Lynchburg College, gave a workshop on tree dating at the Old City Cemetery from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Saturday. Dr. Cowden did core sampling on several historic trees at the cemetery. As we all know, Valentine's Day was Monday, and there is plenty of love in the air. For all of you who need advice during this time of year, or just need to be put in a more loving mood, we took it upon ourselves to talk with Professor Jimmy Root about this very special holiday, and to give us advice and make light of the holiday. Will Stafford has more.
Valentine's Day is coming up. It's on Monday. For people that do not have an idea of what they can do, what would you, the RU, recommend?
Well, I think there's a number of things you can do. First of all, you've got to send more than one card. You can't just send one card on that day. So I would say a week of cards each day before Valentine's Day. And that's a really nice touch. Also, they have e-cards. So e-cards are a good thing. So regular cards and e-cards. You have to have flowers. There's no way of getting around it. You've got to have flowers. Candy, I think, is somewhat optional, as long as you get something that she likes and enjoys. So, of course, you have to get something skimpy for her. Something from Victoria's Secret, which would be nice. Gotta be comfortable, lacy, sexy, hot. It's getting hot in here. Just talking about it. That's you have to do that as well.
Now, for those that might have missed it, didn't look at the calendar, and then they're in trouble. How can they make up for it?
That's a real toughie. If they missed it, there's a number of ways to make up for it. One way is to pretend you forgot about it and say, I didn't really forget about it, I was just wanting to see if you noticed it. That really doesn't work so well.
Now for quick briefs this week. Joe Salton of Polyface Farms, who is featured in the national bestseller The Omnivore's Dilemma by Michael Pollan, will give 2 lectures Monday, February 14th in Memorial Ballroom Hall Campus Center. Salton will deliver the Senior Symposium lecture on Dancing with Dinner at noon and give a science gang talk at 4:30 p.m. on Everything I Want to Do is Illegal. Both talks are open to the public, but the noon lecture has limited seating. This year marks the 10th year anniversary for the Legacy Museum in Lynchburg. The African American Museum is celebrating with an anniversary exhibit called Celebrating Community. The anniversary exhibit has artifacts the museum has featured within the past 10 years. Legacy Museum guest director Laurinette Lee says each artifact in the exhibit tells a different story about the African American life in Central Virginia. State leader praised Lynchburg Oliver Kuttner for his creation, the Edison II. The General Assembly Thursday formally recognized Kuttner's team for their light car. The House of Delegates did what's called a center aisle presentation. Kuttner stood on the House of Delegates floor, where delegates Garnett and Armstrong told their colleagues about Edison II's success. The futuristic car won the mainstream class prize in global competition. And now, let's get caught up on all things sports with sports director Justin Pratt-Putin.
What's up, LC? Just Pratt-Putin here with your weekly update in the world of sports. The women's basketball team took on Emory and Henry Friday, February 11th, and won 65-53, making it 4 straight for the team. LC took the lead with 17 minutes left in the first half and never looked back. The Hornets were led by freshman Rosalind Alexander with 14 points and Carly Greenleaf adding 10 points and 8 rebounds. The team then took on Guilford College Saturday the 12th, and lost 77-69. Guilford had a 20-point lead midway through the second half, but LC battled back to make it a 3-point game, but it wasn't enough. Senior Courtney Brewer had a game-high 22 points, with Rosalind Alexander adding 13 points. The loss brings the team's record to 7-16 with an ODAC record of 7-11. The men's basketball team took on Randolph College Wednesday, February 9th, and won 90-84 in overtime. LC had the lead coming down to the final seconds, but a 3-point shot made by Randolph tied the game and sent it into overtime. The Hornets were led by junior Nate Campbell with a game-high 24 points, with sophomore Austin Chalemi adding 14 points and 9 rebounds. The win puts the team's record at 11-12 with an ODAC record of 6-8. The LC baseball team started their season Wednesday, February 9th, with a win against North Carolina Wesleyan 4-2. Senior Matt Morgan pitched 6 innings, giving up 6 hits and 2 runs while striking out 4. Sophomore Michael Kenna went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. The team then split a doubleheader with Berry College, losing the first game 3-1 and winning the second game 7-1. Freshman Trevor Johnson pitched all 7 innings in the second game, allowing only 2 hits and 1 run while striking out 4. Other news and notes: number 1 seeded Ohio State lost for the first time to 14th ranked Wisconsin 71-67, and Ray Allen passed Reggie Miller to become the all-time leader in 3-point shots made with 2,561. That's it for me. I'm Just Pratt-Putin. Back to you, Mandy.
Thanks, Justin. And now for a look at the week ahead, as we're slowly but surely approaching spring. Any warm weather headed our way, Will?
Now from the LC Storm Center, here is Chief Forecaster Will Stafford.
Mandy, to answer your question, we will see a gradual warm-up this week, climaxing with 70s by Friday. Until then, not too bad, actually. Warmer than last week, and the wind will start to die down for being very active this weekend. Taking a look at the surface map, my job is very easy this week because there's literally nothing upstream. 95% of the lower 48 is covered and in control by one of the two areas of high pressure here, thusly keeping the lower 48 very quiet this week. Weather-wise, what we'll be watching is the temps. These are our current temperatures at the time of taping. Big area of warmth down around the Gulf Coast. Models indicate this warmer air going to be sliding up into our area. By Friday, 70s seem very possible for a wide portion of the mid-Atlantic with no rain expected until maybe next Sunday. This week looks high and dry, so here is the not-so-active 7-day sunny skies all week. The story here is the temperature 60s on Monday, upper 50s on Tuesday, and then gradually climbing upwards to Friday when we see mid-70s for highs. Then some clouds roll back in on Saturday before some rain on Sunday. Enjoy the week, everyone. Mandy.
Thanks, Will. Lastly, the blood drive will be held on the 18th. It's not too late to sign up, and remember, every little bit helps. Your donation can save lives. Until then, I'm Mandy. Level Up is next. See you next week, LC.